Hi everyone, I'm going to look at the top 10, well, 10 at least, young players at the Football World Cup. Going to look at analysing them from their personalities perspective. So if you're looking at including these guys in your fantasy teams, you know what to look out for. So the first one we're going to look at is Lamine Yamal. I'm starting to see a little bit of arrogance coming through with him. So he hasn't really handled the fame very well. I know he was really young when he first came in. I don't follow him at all, so I don't watch him other than just looking at his picture now. He doesn't really have strong family support, so he didn't stay grounded in the same way that someone like Jude Bellingham did. From what I understand, Jude Bellingham, his mother was extremely hard on him, so I think she's also his manager, so that's why he's so grounded. He has the talent, but because he doesn't really have that groundedness, there's a bit of a cap on him. Obviously that cap is pretty high because he's at Barcelona, so from what I can see, if Spain underperform, then he's gonna not look so good. So he's not the kind of player that can look good in any team. He doesn't have that fighting spirit where he can still make something out of nothing. So look for that. If they struggle early on, then I think he's going to struggle and he's probably going to get a bit of a hit in confidence. The second player, so Endrick from Brazil. He has from what I can see, he has high potential to be corrupted. I think the same thing happened to Lamine Yamal. He didn't really have great family values growing up. And I get the feeling that he could be a little bit greedy, so looking for the money and the fame rather than actually the football side of it. He looks like he'd be prone to cards, so that's something to look out for. And if under pressure, I think he could falter, so I'm not sure if he's the type of person that you'd want in a penalty shootout. But again, it could go both ways, so he might just pull out an absolute blinder. But he's not the type that would be consistent in a penalty shootout, if you get what I mean. Okay, the next one is João Neves. He is one to watch. So he's definitely a team player. He's less likely to be corrupted. He has much stronger discipline than the previous two, and has strong family values. So he won't buckle under pressure. He's definitely one to have in the crunch time of the tournament. He's one to have in a penalty shootout because he doesn't struggle under the pressure. And even if Portugal are struggling, he's not the type that will. He won't start to do stupid things. He'll just keep his playing style. He'll keep pushing the way he was told to. The next one is Arda Güler from Turkey. So he's also a team player. He follows orders really well. If the team's losing, then he probably won't do so well. So he start to falter. He had parents that were really, really hard on him, so he takes it personally, and that can kind of get into his psyche if he starts to lose or he does something, he's harshly criticized for something. I would say he's probably not someone that you want to have in a penalty shootout or the crunch time, just because of that temperament where he may start to feel down on himself if he stuffs up or someone harshly criticizes him. We've seen a few. I didn't watch all of it, but it sounds like there was a bit of controversy in the Mexico game early on, so there's a few red cards there, so that might be something to be a bit wary of. Okay, the next one is Désiré Doué. So he's from France. He's another one that can be easily corrupted, so a little bit of a poor character. he will look to take the easy road. He won't really look to graft. So if a game comes up where it's 50-50 and they're really, really evenly matched, he will probably not do as well. If he's low on confidence as well, he's not one to fight back and do that on his own. He's going to need a lot of people rallying around him and a lot of motivation. And he's not someone that will question his orders. So if he's been told something, that's exactly what he's going to do. He's not going to take it on himself to question the game plan. He's not going to go off on a tangent. And like I said, that's just taking the easier road. The next one is Pau Cubarsi from Spain. This guy takes his. I've not seen any of these guys play. Other than Lamine Yamal, I've never seen any of them before. This guy takes his job really seriously, so he's extremely committed. He can take feedback and criticism, and he actively incorporates that into his game. He doesn't take it in a negative way where he feels insecure and starts to play like in a piss poor way. Yeah, so that's someone you definitely want on your team because, I mean, that's pretty rare. He wants to be the best he can be, so he's going to keep pushing for that. So he actually wants the feedback. And he's not solely in it for the money and the fame, which is probably also quite rare now. He's the kind of guy that you want in a penalty shootout for sure. The next one is Warren Zaïre-Emery from France. So he is pretty intelligent and crafty. I would say he's the kind of person that would question instructions given to him. If he thinks there's a better way, he wouldn't hesitate to take it, even if it meant pissing off someone older than him. You'd probably want him on during the regular game time, during the pool games. I'm not sure if you'd want him starting during basically extra time or penalty shootouts or the latter stages of the tournament, because he could be a little bit hit and miss. He's intelligent and crafty, yes, but you don't always want that person that is basically willing to question you. The next one is Yan Diomandé from Ivory Coast. So he's really strong, clearly. He wants the fame and the money more than the actual football itself. He's not particularly hardworking, so he's not going to go looking for work, especially if it's a tough game where it's getting a bit gritty. He absolutely thrives in the good times. Like if a team is strong around him, he's going to look really, really good. But he's also going to struggle badly if the team around him are performing poorly. So he's not someone that I would personally pick. The next one is Kenan Yildiz from Turkey. He looks really cunning, so I would personally have him on my team. He's willing to do the dirty work, so he's someone that you want during the pressure moments because he's going to niggle the other team. He's going to do those little things that he can get away with if he can. That's going to piss them off and rattle them. He's highly confident and he's not rattled easily. So again, definitely want him on during the crunch time. Nico Paz from Argentina. So he's intelligent and he feels like he has a point to prove. So he doesn't fully feel. Obviously, he knows he's good enough to play at the highest level, but he doesn't feel as confident as he should given his position. And he's kind of coming into it. He hasn't really caught up with his talent yet, emotionally. So he's probably not someone that I would have during the crunch time just because he doesn't have that belief in himself yet. He's kind of almost acting it in a way. And that's all my top. Well, that's 10 players to look out for. If you've got any other players that you would like me to read in more in a in-depth way, I'm happy to go and have a look at those players, give you a bit of an insight into their head. The reason why I'm doing this is because I have the ability to read people based off their faces, and I've noticed a lot of players, they seem to have the talent, because obviously I can't spot the talent, but I can, once you've given me those players with the talent, like for example, if you go through the young Bayern players, people like Sarpreet Singh and Nestor Irukunda, those guys, they have all the talent. They, on paper, they're there, but mentally they're just nowhere near where they should be, and they both have a weakness which inevitably meant they were not taken on by Bayern. So yeah, if you've got any other ideas, then let me know.